Hey guys, Josh here and welcome to Animal Chilling, where we just chill and play Animal Crossing. I invite you to get comfortable. Maybe you can grab yourself a drink or grab your Switch and we can play at the same time. And let's make this a fun and relaxing time. So you probably have noticed that I haven't uploaded an Animal Chilling videos in almost 2 weeks now, and there are a few reasons for that. So before we start, I'd like to address that. So the first reason is that last time I tried recording one, my laptop ended up overheating during the recording process and it crashed and I just lost the footage and I didn't feel like recording right after, and yeah, so that's the first reason. I was just a little bit bummed out by that. The second reason is that I've been quite busy recording island tours and editing them takes a bit more time than these Animal Chilling videos. So yeah, I've been really busy with island tours. I've been uploading them not quite every day, but maybe every 2 days. And the other reason is I felt like these Animal Chilling videos were not as interesting as island tours and they're not getting as many views. But then I've got a few comments from you guys saying that you actually like these videos and you are looking forward to the next episode. And yeah, so I realized that some of you guys really like these videos, so I wanted to make more of them. And actually I really like making these videos. These are kind of my favorite. They're really easy and they're relaxing for me as well. So yeah, so let's do this. And there are a few updates. So today I would like to kind of give you an update of my island. So first I've got 2 new villagers. So Phoebe and Rex are gone and I've got Octavian, which I'm really happy about. And I've got Sprinkle, which is really cute. And I'm really happy I've got Octavian because I don't have any I didn't have any cranky villagers on my island. And I know that to get some certain like reactions or DIY recipes, you need like all types of villagers, right? So I was really looking forward to get a cranky villagers, but I felt like most of them, they're not really cute, right? They don't look that good, most of the cranky villagers. But I feel like Octavian is quite cute and I just like all of the octopus's villagers. So I'm really happy I found him. And so I found him on a mystery island and I found Sprinkle on, she came to my campsite. And the only issue I'm having right now is I feel like Octavian's house doesn't really fit these 2 other houses. So I'm thinking about moving his house in the future. Yeah, I'm not sure though. Actually, yeah, so the second thing about my island is that I wanted to make a few changes. So you might remember there was a road here that went all the way from here to all the way over there. There was no river here, right? And this bridge, there was no bridge here and the bridge was straight from here, right? And I've been really wanting a diagonal bridge for a long time, so I moved that bridge, I put it here, I changed the river, and at first my idea was just to make this small change, but I ended up making so many more changes. Actually, I demolished half of my island. So I'll show you guys what I've been working on. So yeah, so just today I started doing this bridge. It's not done. I'm trying to get some white street lamps. Mine are black, so I need to find someone to trade with. Yeah, I need to find some white street lamps and I'll add more details. So yeah, I've been wanting to do this bridge, so I did this, and the museum's now here. So the museum used to be like over there, right? And I think I'll show you my map. So I'll try to put also like in the corner a picture of my map, like what it used to be. But basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to give my island more of a tropical feel, and I really like the idea that I had like some islands in the middle of my island. I used to have like 3, but I wanted more of those. So now we've got like 6 islands in the middle, and I want to create a kind of valley feel. So I want to have mountains all around, and in the middle we'll have the kind of residential area. And it's kind of really hard to get there now. Let me just get there, and there's bushes and plants everywhere. I feel like my island has always been a messy work in progress, but now it's messier than ever. But yeah, so we have to go through here, and I expanded this island too, right? It's bigger. So we've got this island right here is brand new. So the museum used to be on top of that mountain in front of us, right? So I think I'll do a cafe. I had a cafe below my museum. Now I'll put the cafe on top of that mountain. The museum is over there. And actually here on this little island, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'll also do something here. I'm not sure what. And around here used to be, I had a kind of garden area and a little orchard. And I think I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna do a little garden here and a kind of orchard. These trees are I just needed a place to put them. It's just a placeholder. Yeah, I think I'll do a garden here and here. So these mountains will be a kind of jungle area, and on top of the mountain here I want to do a kind of stargazing spot. This bridge is going to be demolished by tomorrow. So actually most of my inclines and my bridges, except those that were like in my downtown area, I have to demolish and rebuild everything in different spots, right? So this beach, I'm not touching it, not yet at least. And now right here, it's really messy right now, but I've been doing the wedding event pretty much every day to try to get as many crystals as possible, and I ordered as much furniture as I can. And now I think I'm gonna be ready quite soon once I clean this beach, and I want to build a wedding area on this beach. And so yeah, I'm gonna keep the stage, and I'm gonna put all the tables here and maybe make a little chapel. And yeah, so I'm gonna do kind of a wedding venue here. And now we go in the mountain. So as you know, my island, the theme of my island is tropical, so I wanted to make this feel more kind of like in jungle. Now it's really messy. These flowers are all natural. They all grew by themselves because it's been raining for the last week. Every day it was raining. Now we're really lucky to have some sun, but yeah, this part is really messy as everything else. But I want to make it feel more like a jungle, so I had some pine trees here, and I replaced everything with just bamboo and palm trees. Yeah, coconut trees. I did the bug off also yesterday, so I've got this termite mound, this centipede. And here, obviously, so we've got the campsite. And in this area, I want to... So I placed some items now, but it's just... I placed some items there, but it's not decorated yet. But I want to make kind of a research area, or like a place where like scientists go and they study bugs. So I want to have some bugs around and some documents and like... Yeah, just a kind of bug study area. And here, I think I'm gonna clean this up here a little bit so we can have a better view of the other mountain. And you might be wondering, how do you get to the other mountain, right? So I wanted to make it feel kind of like a secret area. So you have to come through here. It's a kind of area that if you don't know, you just don't know, right? So you have to come all the way back here. And then you jump here, up, up, up. So this is gonna be a really kind of wild area. I'm gonna put some stairs here, and then you're gonna go up here. And this is gonna be filled with trees, right? It's gonna look very natural. But here I want to make maybe a stargazing area, maybe with some books and some picnic blanket and a telescope. Just some very relaxing area. I can go by myself and just relax and stargaze. And I just want to point out, I don't know if you have noticed, but there's some pretty heavy construction going outside of across the street. I hope you guys don't hear it too much. I'll try to reduce the noise as much as possible during the editing process. But yeah, I hope it's not bothering you guys too much. Yeah, also I wanted to point out a few things about this channel. So now we're at 46 subscribers, so we've been growing quite a lot recently. We started at 0, so in 1 month we're already at 46. It might not seem that much to you guys, and it is not that much, especially if you... I tend to try to compare myself to other like people doing Animal Crossing videos, and there's people who started at the same time as me and they're already at 10,000, and I know it's not very healthy to try to compare yourself all the time. But anyway, if I don't compare myself, I'm really happy with the progress we've made so far. And yeah, we're almost at 50, so that's kind of my first how do you say it? Yeah, my first goal. So I'm gonna be really happy at 50, and I was thinking at 100 subscribers I'd like to start streaming. So I've always wanted to stream, but I'm kind of scared now that if I do, there's gonna be just no one watching. And actually, to be honest, I'm really not a talkative person. Like, to do these videos, I have to plan pretty much what I'm gonna say. So I'm scared that if I stream and there's nobody to interact with, I'm just gonna be silent. And if I'm silent and I don't talk, of course nobody's gonna wanna watch, right? So yeah, I'm just waiting to get to 100 subscribers, and then I might start streaming. Not might, I will start streaming. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. Also, one more update on my island. So recently I've completed the fossil collection. So that's why you might be wondering, there's some fossils that I didn't pick up. But yeah, that's because I've completed the collection. Well, usually I should still pick them up and sell them, but I've been so busy with terraforming. And by the way, I want to make a video where I show you the progress of my terraforming. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of when I demolished everything, because I was planning to just do a tiny bit of terraforming, right? But the building process, I'm recording the footage of all of that, and hopefully I can make some videos to document the progress I've been making on that. The next thing I'd like to address, I don't know if I should do something, like I'm just running around and talking. I don't know if... Okay, let's try to catch some fish. Okay, I'm just gonna... Oh my gosh, that's a mess. Okay, I'm gonna sell some stuff, and I'm gonna try to catch some fish while I'm talking to you guys. So I've got actually 2 comments asking me to talk about my time as a flight attendant. So I told you in an earlier video in the last episode of Animal Chilling that I used to be a flight attendant, or that I still was. I'm not sure right now. But yeah, and you guys seem to be interested and curious to know more about that. So I'd like to tell you a bit more. Let me just sell my stuff and then I can focus on that. Yeah, I want to keep my wasp for Flake. I was so happy he came for the bug off. I made like 300k for all the bugs that I saved up in my house, and my storage is completely full. Right? I don't know if I should sell my bushes. Okay, let me sell my roses, but all of my flowers. Yeah, I made 300k from all the bugs I saved up, and I still have so many fish, and I haven't seen CJ in like 3 weeks. Almost a month. I don't know. I wish they would come like every week or every 2 weeks. But that's okay. Let me just okay, we have a few spots. Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna put everything in my house that I can put in my house, and then we're gonna fish, and I'm gonna talk to you more about my flight attendant life. Okay, I think we're good to do some fishing now. So I've got a few points that I noted that I'd like to talk about. So let's start by the beginning and why and when I decided to become a flight attendant. So before being a flight attendant, I was in Japan, and believe it or not, I was teaching English. I know my English is far from being the best. It's not my first language, but I was teaching children mostly and teenagers, so it was kind of really basic English. So yeah, anyway, I was teaching English in Japan, and I really liked living in Japan, and at that time, I realized that I really wanted to keep traveling and exploring the world and seeing different countries. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I don't have a bachelor degree, so just moving in another country and getting a work visa. So actually, when I was in Japan, I had the working holiday visa, which pretty much anyone between 18 and 30 can get. So it's kind of really easy visa to get. But other than that, if you want to work abroad, it's really hard without a bachelor degree, right? So I started my university, but I just didn't graduate. I was studying translation. So when I came back to Canada, the only thing I knew is that I wanted to travel, but I didn't know how or why. And I didn't know how or when. And my mom saw that there were jobs available as flight attendants with Air. And she told me, oh, you should apply. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's try. Why not? And I was sure I wouldn't get it. I don't know why. I was sure I wouldn't get it. But I applied and I did. First, there was a video interview. And then I got a call a few days later. And I had to do a language test, like English test. And after that, I had to do a phone interview. So someone called me and yeah, we did a phone interview. And then I didn't hear back for maybe a month. So I thought like, okay, I probably messed up my English test or I messed up my phone interview, and they just picked somebody else because they get like literally thousands of applicants every season, right? Every time they open the applications. So I was like, okay, let's do something else. But then after a few months, they called me and they asked me for an in-person interview. I had to choose between like 2 different dates. So I chose the date and I had to drive. It was like a 5-hour drive to go there. I had to go to Montreal and I was living in the countryside. So like I rented a car and I drove 5 hours to go to the interview. And let me just tell you that was really stressful during the whole drive, like paying for the car and paying for the gas and everything for an interview, that a job that I might not get, was really stressful. But during the drive, I was just practicing the questions, like kind of practicing an interview in my head. And yeah, and I went there and first we had individual interview and it went really well. And after the individual interview, we had a group interview. It went really well. And after that, I was scheduled for a medical exam. So I went back home and I came back like a few weeks later and did the medical exam. And everything was good. So at that point, I was selected. So I was really, really happy. But then I didn't get news for a few months. So I didn't know what happened. But what ended up happening is that the class was full. So I waited like almost a year before they called me back. And they said that the class was starting in January of 2019. So I joined the class of 2019 and it's a 8-week training and it's very, very intense. Like you have exams almost every day or every other day you have exams and you need to get like 80% on every exam. And if you fail like more than 2, you have to go home, right? So some people went home in the first few weeks because it was too hard for them. And some people went home like the last week because they failed an exam at the last week. So they did all of that and they just had to go home, which was really sad. But yeah, but for me, the training went quite well and I made some really nice friends. And yeah, and after training, so I was training in Montreal. I got like a hotel room paid and everything. And after my training, I went to Toronto because I was based in Toronto. So I started flying in March in Toronto, March 2019. And basically, as a flight attendant, everything works by seniority. So when you start, they call it reserve. Basically, you're on call. So you know what days in the month you're going to work, but you don't know where you're going or when exactly, right? So between midnight and midnight, so basically the whole day, they can call you. Like they can call you 12 hours before the flight, or they can call you like 2 hours before the flight, right? They can call you at any time. They can call you during the night. They try not to, but they can call you during the night. And yeah, they can send you anywhere. So the good thing about that is that you get to go to really exciting places that you wouldn't go otherwise, without a lot of seniority. But you don't get to know your schedule, right? So in my first year, I've been very, very lucky. I've been to more places in a year than I've been my whole life. I would say the best trip I had a 4-day layover in Honolulu, which was like, when they called me to go there and stay there for 4 days, I felt like I just won a vacation, right? You work 10 hours, you do a flight from Toronto to Honolulu, and then you stay there 4 days with a paid hotel room, and you get like per diem, you get money for food and everything there. So it's really like a mini vacation, right? Every time you go to work. So that's really fun. That's really what I liked about this job. But most of the time the layovers are 24 hours. But you still get to go to so many places. So I've been to Europe. I've never been to Europe before, so I went to London quite a few times. I went to Munich. Where did I go? I went to Copenhagen. I went in Asia a lot. I went to Hong Kong, Beijing, Shanghai. So, and of course I traveled a lot to the US. I've been to LA, San Francisco, New York, and all across Canada as well. So it's just really, really fun to get to go to so many places. But yeah, the bad part is that when you're beginning, like, yeah, you just don't know when you're gonna work, right? So sometimes you get a call at 5 a.m. to go to work at 7 a.m. and you have to hurry up and get dressed and like take your shower, and like it can be stressful. But like, you know that after your shift, you get to your hotel room, you can take a little nap, and then you can explore a new country, right? So it's just so exciting every day, and like you get to work with different people because you have a different crew every time, right? So that's really fun for me. I don't like the routine, so just working with different people, making new friends every day. I mean, most of them you're not gonna see them again, but sometimes you can really make friends, and sometimes you'll end up flying with the same people like several times. So yeah, for me it's just so much fun. But as I really realized this year is that the airline industry is kind of unpredictable. So now I don't have a job and I'm just staying home, and until October, I get some money from the Canadian government, because our government is pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. So yeah, it's pretty good. And yeah, so for now, yeah, I'm not working, but I'm really excited to go back to work because I think it's just so much fun. And I know you guys are interested in this topic, but there's just so many things to say. So if you have any specific questions, just don't hesitate to let me know, and I'll make sure to answer them in a future video. And there's so many villagers that want to talk to me, but I feel like they just want me to change their nickname or catchphrase, because that's what they want to tell me every time. It's just for that. So I feel like kind of lazy to talk to them. And I hope you guys are doing fine. If you love your job, I hope you still have your job. Even if you don't love your job, I hope you still have a job in this whole pandemic situation. And yeah, I'd like to know, guys, what is your dream job? Like, if you could change your job tomorrow, what would you like to do? So let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. So I think that will be it for today. Yeah, just wanted to update you a little bit on the progress I did on my island, and talk to you guys about the topic that you've been asking for. And yeah, if you have any questions, or if you'd like me to talk about anything in the future video, please feel free to ask me anything. Just let me know. Click like if you enjoyed this video, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and hopefully we can reach 50 and then 100 subscribers soon, and start streaming and have some fun. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and have a good day.